Howdy y'all, my name's Daniel. Wanted to hop on here and give a little information on a product we just got. This is on the Wilder Tactical Hitman Gear Women's True Form Belt. Yes, I know I'm not a woman, but I'm the one who got in front of the camera. So my girlfriend told me recently that she wants to get into competition a little more. She wants to come out and do matches with us. So she wanted a good battle belt setup. So yeah, awesome. I start giving her advice on the stuff that I've used. And if there's one thing that the last couple of years with her and helping her down her shooting journey has taught me, is that a lot of the information that we learn and figure out as guys doesn't help women very much. I started out telling her, no, you just need a big, thick leather belt. You just need to carry this way on the waistband. This is how this works. This is how that works. And none of that worked for her. She has learned a lot. She's taught me a lot about that stuff. You know, guys, when your ladies ask you this stuff, you know, I'm not saying don't give them advice, but understand that, and you might encourage them to seek advice from other women in the industry or around the hobbies, just because they're going to have experience that we do not. I do not experience what it's like to have a body built like a woman. I know what it's like to have a body built like a fat white guy. So that's my experience. So we started looking around for a good belt for her anyway, and we came across this Wilder Tactical product. This is the finished product. We've got it all set up now. And I haven't found a lot of good videos on this, is why I'm doing this. It's just some of the things that we found out along the way. So hopefully the next person who buys one of these and finds this, maybe this will help you out. The ladies' belt has a bit more of a curve in it, and you can kind of see there. This helps to fit their bodies better. It's completely modular. It comes in 2 or 3 pieces here, so you can build it to your size. They even sell like extension panels, so you know the big guys like me appreciate that too. They do make like the standard men's version of these. They call this the Charlie belt with these holes in it. So these have been around for a while, and I really thought there would be more information about them, but I guess they're just not. So I like this in a lot of ways, and I don't in some ways. So I have kind of a lukewarm opinion on it, I guess you could say. I like how secure these are, because what you do is you have your module here, a mag carrier, a holster hanger, we've got a dump pouch on here, whatever else. You can get a whole menagerie of things for these, and they attach with screws. That's neat. That's really secure. I mean, I can Loctite this on here and it can be effectively permanent. We'll talk about permanence here in a moment in one piece. And I think that's really great. And once we figured out how to attach these, it's pretty easy to do. Initially, this didn't come with any instructions written in the box. The videos that are attached to the items on their webpage don't give a lot of information. We kind of cobbled it together between a lot of other independent third-party videos. And in fact, some of those guys sounded like they were sponsored. I'm certainly not. I'm just trying to help people here. And just sitting down with the hardware and figuring it out. It didn't take long once I put my eyes on it to figure out what to do, but it's not 100% clear either. So here's what we found out. The belt comes, like I said, multiple pieces. You have your inner belt here. It's all hook and loop, just like most any other competition or battle belt setup is, which is nice. Again, adjustable to your size, both pieces. Once you get that set up and kind of size it to where you want it, you can start mounting your gear wherever you like. The mag carriers. Initially, these were put on with, they're in a bag here, the traditional T-nuts that you see on holsters. In fact, we use those. If you look right here, we use those to attach the pieces of the belt together. That's how that's supposed to go, I think. And they were kind of hard to do because initially, you know, you try to get your finger down in here because there's a series of 4 holes at the back of this that you can mount this to. The Charlie system is neat because you can put this anywhere you want. You can cant it, you can have it straight up, back, whatever, however you like it. And these holes let you have a lot of flexibility. Initially with those T-nuts, it was really hard to do. If you've ever used one of those and tried to do the whole thing with 2 screwdrivers, it can be a bit of a pain. So here's a couple of tricks that I learned. For one, remove the keeper off the bottom of this paracord before you start. I'm going to do this. Push the paracord up through these holes at the bottom, take it out, and this whole thing flips up. You have full access to all 4 of those holes inside there, and you can see we have a couple of screws in there that are mounted in. That made it 100% easier, and it's really easy to just put those back together, which I'll do later off camera. The way you mount these on here are actually with these adapters. The set comes with a number of these, and you can get more of them, and there's ones down here that adapt for molly gear. We'll look at the dump pouch in a second. These are the little brass inserts, and these are the holes your screws go into. That was a lot easier than the T-nuts. All I had to do was hold it in place, put it in with a screwdriver, and these guys are in and are probably as secure as my molly belts are. So once you know that, really easy. Now something I don't like about this, if I can flip this over and show you. Oop. It's secure, it's great, but the problem is now you see I don't have a hook surface for this loop to catch onto here. It can a little bit between the mags, and how much you have there can depend on how much you space your mags out. But the way we have these, they don't stick super well. It's kind of there, but when you put it on, it kind of shifts a bit. And I can see a situation where you have a lot of weight in these mags. You know, if you're running a 2011 or something, you're using those big 26 round mags and you've got it all fully loaded, this can add some weight. It can slip, it can not be as comfortable. You want it to be as secure and still on your body as possible. Now, what we might do is go and get some of the stick-on hook side of the hook and loop and put on the back of these things so that she's got a better attachment surface. Something you can modify and make it a little better, but they don't come out of the box that way. So minor gripe, but it's there. Those are on. This is another type that they make. It's an adapter for molly gear. So she wanted a dump pouch, so we got her the dump pouch here. These just attach to the normal molly hookups that are on this item, and they have the same brass insert, so they screw into the Charlie belt, and then there's just one at the bottom to lock it in, so this doesn't slide out or anything. It's nice and secure, doesn't move. It's really nice. Again, you can see we have just attachment to put the different parts of the belt together. Then we come around to the holster hanger. I can't say I'm a fan of this. It'll probably work for most people's applications. I guess it's going to depend on how hard you train, because this is just plastic. I think there are better ones out there. Look around. I've just got a Safariland UBL on mine, which I want to change to a more of a attached hanger style, but I'm going to look for something metal after seeing this. We were able to put the Safariland QLS, which most of our holsters are. We can switch back and forth, makes it really easy this way. It did come with a swiveling leg connection system, which I like. This makes it a lot easier, especially when you're sitting down. If this moves and it's not just static like it is on a lot of these things. So one thing I didn't like about that, we mounted this up, and the instructions for this part, because this comes detached initially, are to put Loctite, and it comes with a little vial of blue Loctite on these 2 screws before you put them in. Good idea. I can see with the movement how that could work loose over time. However, those screws are attaching into some of these same brass inserts, much like this, that are just in this holster hanger. And so we put everything where we thought we wanted it, we Loctited it, we put it on, and then decided, hey, actually, you know what, we want to move the QLS down, I want to cant it a little bit. Okay, cool, so we took it off, and when I went to put the 3rd connection point, this little guy right here, onto the QLS, I couldn't get to it because this was in the way. No problem, I'll just take it off, right? When I turn these screws, this brass insert just slips And if I keep doing that, they're just gonna come out, and this isn't gonna attach anymore. So this is effectively done permanently. Advice here, figure this out, your height, your cant, everything, get it mounted properly before you put this on. This needs to be a very last step, because once you put those in, it's permanent. Seems to be that way on this one anyway, and I could see it happening on others. Is not having that third connection point in there a problem? Not really. It's more of an annoyance for me because it's not complete. It's going to be fine. I don't think it's going to fall off or anything, so whatever. But something to know. It's good advice. Otherwise, yeah, these guys just attach with the T-nuts. Seems really solid. It's not going to go anywhere. She opted for the Cobra buckle option up here, which is neat. These are cool. You know, if you ever need to hang out of a helicopter, suppose your belt buckle is rated for that. And on the leg strap, she did the Fidlock, the magnetic one. There we go. It just comes apart and snaps back together. She did tell me that in hindsight, she wishes she got the Fidlock for the main buckle. But you can change it. So if you order one and decide you like the other, you can always go back to Wilder and order another piece and just swap it out. These are pretty easy to do. The whole thing's pretty modular. Again, Wilder makes a good product. They've been around for a long time. I've known other guys on the range who've used their gear. So when she said, hey, I want to look at this Wilder belt, I had no qualms about that. Like, yeah, I've heard great things about them. I don't have one myself, but the quality of their product, top notch. I guess I don't like this as much as I do the traditional Molly, because probably just because I have a lot of gear that's Molly, and I'd have to buy a bunch of new stuff if I switched over. But this is really nice. It's a lot lighter, actually. My main battle belt is a Core Essentials, one of the ratcheting ones, which I love. I think it's great. It's sturdy, and I can hold the thing up with guns and mags and everything, and it doesn't move. But it's heavy. That's a downside to it. This is pretty light as it goes. It's pretty impressively light, actually. Once you get some gear on there, of course, it's going to get heavier. The more things you put on there, the more weight you have. But it's a pretty good quality belt. I can't say I really have a problem with it functionally. Just wish Wilder would put out some better instructions, like how this Charlie stuff works and how the adapters work and how you're supposed to get all this together. Guys, maybe a good video on how to do each one of these components would be helpful. But until then, that's why I wanted to hop on here, talk a little bit about it. You can go find them. I'm not going to give you a website or anything because YouTube sucks. And they hate us gun people. So y'all have a nice day. Hope that helped.